This is Royal Black. At the age of 23, I was falsely accused of a double homicide, something that I had no involvement of. But this is my story.
Deputies have made a second arrest in a double murder from last January.
As I'm looking up, I see a whole shootout going on in front of me, and both of them, they ended up dropping and dying, like they killed each other.
It was a shocking double homicide that took the lives of two men.
So why would you even do that to me? Like to have me fighting a capital one murder charge? That's a death penalty. Why would you do that to me?
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hype this video.
Hype me up.
Let's go.
Tell us your name again.
Royal Black.
Royal Black. Okay. How did you get that name? Where did that name come from?
It come from me over conquering the tribes and the tribulations and shining through the person that I really am deep down.
And knowing your story, hearing your story, I can understand why you would choose that name. But let's start from the beginning. Where you originally from?
I'm originally from Oakland, California, but I was raised in Louisiana.
Being so far away, how did that come about?
Oh, well, my parents, they was traveling a lot. So they always travel. My mom, she worked for Jerry Springer. She did hair for Jerry Springer. So she was stationed in California, and that's when I came about.
Could you take us back to what gave you prison time?
That night, I was pretty much with that day. It was because it happened in daytime. I was on the way to go to work or whatever, getting a ride to go to work, and I had the headphones in my ear, wasn't paying no attention. That's why I don't walk around with headphones. Stay out them phones. Keep your head up, cause man, you looking down at the phones. This world is big and it's going around right now, you know. And I had AirPods in, and when I had the AirPods in, I ended up looking up. As I'm looking up, I see a whole shootout going on in front of me, and a person that was in a car with me, two people that was in a car with me. One of the persons, they in jail right now doing time, for the robbery. But the other person wasn't able to make it back, and the person that I guess that they was robbing, he ended up passing too as well. And both of them, they ended up dropping and dying, like they killed each other.
Before we continue, I have to clarify so that the picture is painted as clear as possible. Black walked from her house into the back seat of her friend's car, and before she knew it, she was in the middle of a shootout due to a robbery going bad. The worst part about it is the party she was with were the actual robbers.
So you hear the shots. Did your instinct? Did you run, or you didn't want to run into the shit?
I instantly sat back in the seat and I took them AirPods out and I just was looking because the other dude, he run back in the car too. But I'm looking at him and I'm looking at it was a girl too. So I'm looking at her like, y'all know about, like, do y'all know about this? Like, I want to ask so many questions, but I don't want to trigger nothing, I don't want to, so it's just like, like, just, okay, I don't even want, as soon as I'm talking about, soon as the car stopped, got me a lift. Get the fuck. Get the fuck. And I just was I was in shock mode, like, cause I still I still have questions. I actually want to ask them questions. I still got questions actually, but I try to give it the guy. I try to.
So you get a lift. You leave the scene. How did you get arrested?
I got arrested because I went to Beaumont for a, a, a little basic charge. I went to the court. And when I went to the court, they ended up arresting me and they booked me in. When they booked me in, they say, they was like, you don't look like that type. And I'm like, what type? They was like, you know what you in here for? I was like, what I'm in here for? They said, capital one murder. I said, who? I said, oh no. I said, you can't tell me I'm in here for that. Who put this charge on me? I'm telling them, y'all got the wrong person. I don't know what y'all got going on. So I knew it was kind of wild because the people kept saying you don't even look like. I say I'm not no murderer. So they ended up getting a detective. I seen him put that recording in his pocket, and I just sat down, and when I sat down, I asked him, I said, why am I charged with capital one murder? I asked the question, why am I charged with that? What's going on? So he was like, on such and such day, at such and such appointment, can you, practically run it by him? And I'm like, I say, I don't mean no harm. I say, but you against me? I said, why am I booked in here for Capital One murder? You're not answering none of my questions, but you want me to answer your questions. So I'm like, you got me in here booked under a Capital One murder charge. I'm not even like that. Don't even, like that's not me. You supposed to have me for an investigation, or you got me booked. Oh, I'm charged. I'm in your eye, I'm guilty. So we don't have nothing to talk
Did
about.
they have surveillance or something? How could they tie you to that shit?
No, they tied me to it because the girl told the police everything about, I guess, what the dude had took and where he hid it at. She must have stayed around him for a little minute, because she was able to give the police all that information. She told the police that it was another female in the car, and she told them that it was me, but she didn't know my name or anything like that. But some haters in the streets, of course, my ex, my very first boyfriend, that's crazy. He kind of threw a lie in the streets and made it seem like I had set the whole play up and all that. I was the mastermind, just lying, just putting stuff out there out of spite. And once they did the investigation, they got a PI on it and everything. So it was like when it came back,
His video played a role in you getting that time.
his him telling him sitting up there going around and telling
I mean,
like the
not video, right? Going
mom,
around and telling people, right?
yeah, going around telling like the mama and all, yeah, like that's what got me charged. That's what got that my name even pulled up for a mugshot. From my past mugshot, because he gave my name and told that, and it was like, dang, I never even did you no harm. You dogged me out in a relationship. Why would you even do that to me? Like to have me fighting a capital one murder charge? That's a death penalty. Why would you do that to me? And threw me in the cross. So it was nothing but the grace of God that a PI investigated and everything. Like they did what they had to do. They with the investigation, but it was just more of Louisiana was too focused on, on a charge that was out their jurisdiction, and they revoked me when I only had, 2 months of parole left, a probation left.
So how long did you do for it?
I did 4 years and like 11 months or something like that, but I had to do some months in Texas, and then I had to get transported and do 3 years and 9 months.
Your time in prison. Did you have any fears about having to stay in prison?
My biggest fear was the broken connections that I had, like with my family and all that. Like that was my first time ever just getting taken away from my, family, friends, and the world itself. Like that was my first time ever going on a journey, on a real journey, on a Joe's. So it was like, "Oh, well, we gotta do what we gotta do." I did have my moments of where I was visualizing the past. I had just threw me a big old party. Had Big Chew, and all them had came down to Houston, and I had just threw a big old party before I got snatched away. So it was like I was able to hold on to that, and I just had my moment. It was like, man, I was having fun. I was having fun,
And then you go from that
but
to a prison like Tallulah, Louisiana, right? Which is one of the
yes,
worst prisons in America. Period. You know,
yes, 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 yes.
what was that like staying in Tallulah?
That place was hell. That place was hell, and I don't think that place is supposed to be for anybody. For one, it has a lot of drama that shouldn't be going on, and the officers feel like they want to be the inmates. You know, like I done had a whole fight with an officer, and she pulled out a pocket knife on me. Like, like and why do you have a pocket knife on compound? Like you know, like it don't make sense.
Yeah, she should have been locked up for that shit.
She should have, but she was fired. She was she was fired, but she also was coming back too. Like later on, whenever I got ready to get shipped, she was coming back, and that was like a 2 year extension. You know,
Did she try to stab you?
she had it in her hand. When I seen that she had it in her hand, that's what made me. You ain't finna touch me with that knife. You know, you're not touching me with that knife. But it was one officer that actually didn't like me, but she actually stood up for me at that moment, and she was like, "No, I can't let you do that. I can't let you do this to that girl. Like I can't." She was like, "I got children her age." Like, and I'm like, "This is it's no cameras, no nothing. It's like it's just you know." And the whole time you don't even know I'm in here from false charges right about now.
What was the conditions like? What were they horrible conditions or the conditions was okay in Tallulah?
Oh, the water is so bad. I'm talking about you bound to get staff or something from the water. The water always is brown. If I don't care if I ain't had nothing to eat off a store, I'm getting me a case of water. I was getting my case of water.
You said the water was brown.
Yes, yes, coming out brown. It was bad.
What would you say was the hardest thing to deal with in there?
The hardest thing to deal with in there is the fact that see when people I feel like when people supposed to go to prison, it's supposed to build them for better. I feel like if they go to St. Gabriel, you realize like back then when the old St. Gabriel was open, most people who done did time from there, they all and came home and became something, you know, and actually got their life together. Tallulah, they more of you gonna go home, they bound to speak it on you that you coming back on dope or something.
Mm.
Like they just it's just no hope. They don't even got no hope for you. And this is what, you know, the structure you supposed to take.
So you've been in St. Gabriel. What is St. Gabriel for people who don't know?
St. Gabriel was it's a prison for the women's that's it's closer to like Jetson, like by, you know,
Am I tripping? Or did I
that
hear that
area.
St. Gabriel was like the female Angola, or was it the sister?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's exactly what it is. It's a female Angola. Yeah.
Damn. And they say that they say Angola. I know that whenever they say it's talking about the men's part, but they say it's like a little city in there. It's like people, you have so much freedom.
Uh-huh.
Like
Yeah, because you know, people with all that time, and that's what another thing that them officers don't realize. Like you come home, I mean, you come from home to work with the attitudes, the bad negative energy. When you got a chance to go home, these people ain't got a chance to go home. Like there's a lot of people that don't even know how to do the proper paperwork to get themselves back into court to even get an opportunity to go home. Like, and you will come bringing the energy in there and come disturbing their peace when this is their home. So it's like every day of their life, they got somebody got to come through their home. You know, like damn. And then I feel like it's just that's I guess I feel like how they overjudge people, a lot of people.
re-entering society as far as career wise, right? A lot of people feel like, well, I've been to prison, ain't nobody gonna hire me. You hear all these horror stories about people not being able to get jobs and shit. How did when you came home? Did you hit the ground running?
Of course. See, when I came home, first when I left the jails, I left everything behind but my paperwork. When I came home, I ain't had no shoes on my feet. I had to get the ball going because I didn't have nobody that was giving me or I didn't have that. So it was like, okay, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta get clothes. You gotta really I'm bigger than what I was. So it's like, girl,
So you started from
you gotta
scratch,
stuff.
like started from scratch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I started from scratch, like for real. I started from scratch, but I can't complain. I can't complain. But it was like, yeah, I started from scratch. So it's like coming home, it was like I had to get going. So my instinct, I'm like, I want everything to be legit. I'm going legit, I'm finna buy my shit the legit way. So I jump into the tax classes, and then I jump into the life insurance classes, and I just was jumping in all type of classes, getting certified. Got my TWIC card. I jumped in, got me some jobs. They'll hire me for like 3 weeks. They'll get my background. They'll fire me. Guess what? I got me a check and a half off of.
Right.
So it was,
Mm. So that
so
aspect
it'd be
was
like.
real, huh? People will close the door on you when they find out, huh?
Oh yeah, and I was a excellent worker. Every job I'm talking about, I had gotten the door with AT&T, customer service. I had gotten the door with who else? The light company in Texas. I had gotten the door with them. Baby, when that background came back, it was over with. It was over with.
One of your biggest accomplishments and one of your biggest avenues that you're traveling right now is that you're in law school, right?
Yes, I'm in law school too as well. I really don't promote my law as much because that's something that I really, 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 really want to get accomplished. And what God do has for you, nobody can take it away. But I know it's some evil people out there.
Yeah, and what would your word be to those type of women with that type of energy that feel like, or not just women but people period that feel like it's the end of the road when they come home?
Let me tell you something, man. Keep God first. No matter what you do, you could be stripping, you could be jogging outside. Keep God first no matter what you do. And find out who you really are. Don't worry about what nobody else got to say. Because if you worry about what everybody got to say and you keep looking back, baby, they're going to keep you in the past. You got to push forward. And the only way to push forward is worry about what's going on now and figure out how you can get your future going. Because ain't nobody going to get it done for you. You waiting around, sitting, thinking somebody gonna hand it to you. It's not gonna happen. You got to get up and go get it done. Because if you don't, it's just gonna be another form of a matrix.